Hey guys! So day 3 has almost come to an end for me. I got a couple more hours left, but I'm going to start right off and say it. I did not read 300 pages. I plan on reading a little bit more after this video is done, but I have a feeling I'm not going to pass the 300 mark. And I have 2 reasons for that. First of all, it was my sister's birthday. We did birthday related things. I was out and about gathering presents, and I just, didn't have as much time. And also, 2, I felt kind of lazy today. I mean, the past 2 days I read over 300 pages and I kind of felt like I was rushing myself a little bit. And today I just decided that I was going to spend a little bit more time on Tumblr and catching up on YouTube subscription videos that I had missed. So yeah, the 300 pages thing didn't quite happen. However, I feel really good about myself because I still managed to finish a book. And that's kind of what matters to me most, is to see how many books I can read. So hey, the book I did finish, which you probably will guess is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I passed that 500 page mark, so I completed that challenge, and I also completed the challenge of finishing a series or trilogy. So voila! I read from page 357 to 563, which equals a total of 206 pages read from this book. And let me tell you, for those of you who are possibly reading this series or thinking about reading it, it's really, really good. I actually have the first 2 books are right here on my shelf, but it'll grab your attention once you get past the prologue in the first book and sort of those beginning chapters. The last 150 pages or so of this book were so good. I flew through them because I was just so engrossed in the story. There was so much happening. I picked out this one quote that I actually want to read to you guys. I'm not normally the kind of person who latches onto quotes in a book, but occasionally I'll find something that I really like, and I think it was really appropriate. For those of you who have read the story, you'll know kind of how well this quote fits, and you might have had the same thing like, oh hey, sometimes you hit those moments, you read those passages, and you realize this is what the book is about. Like, this happening right here is why this book is called this. So I'm going to read that quote to you. Now, this quote pertains to something that is happening in the book at that particular moment, but it also pertains to the entire series as a whole, and I just really liked it. When it comes down to it, this story is not primarily about spies and secret government agencies. It's about violence against women and the men who enable it. And I just thought that was a perfect summation of this series. This was originally written in Swedish and it was translated into English, but as far as I understand, the Swedish series name, if it was translated directly into English, actually means The Men Who Hate Women. And obviously a book like that wouldn't really sell in the States, so they, changed it and called it the Millennium Trilogy and all that. And so that quote in the book just really, oh, so good. I loved it. It was in a perfect spot. Oh, so great. So the second book that I started reading today was actually Les's book, which I can't show you because she'd be really embarrassed and be mad at me. So I didn't read too much in her book, but it also has gigantic, gigantic pages because she self-published it. So technically it's more like reading double the amount of pages if I was reading it in a normal book, but whatever. I read 16 pages in her book so far. I plan on probably reading a bit more tonight before I go to bed, but I'll let you know if that happens tomorrow. Overall, today I read a total of 222 pages, which is fair. Obviously not as good as 300, but I'm still comfortable with it because I managed to finish a book and complete 2 major challenges, so woohoo! I hope everyone else had a good BookTube-A-Thon day. It seemed like there was some Twitter conversations about just feeling kind of sluggish today, 3rd day, you're kind of high, it's starting to fall down in terms of like your push to read a ton, because reading 300 pages a day does take a lot of your time. Let me know how you're doing below, and I will see you guys tomorrow.